Dick, you're being interviewed by a man who is quite happy to promote industry in this city, both current and past. But people coming to this exhibition, will they be surprised by the amount of engineering that is still happening in Bath?
Well, I hope so. We're wanting to attract people from 7 to 700, almost older than me, and engineers or just people interested in engineering, and possibly people interested in real engineering, like making balsa wood planes from our friends at Cross Manufacturing, as you can see behind me, who've got an exhibit here. But Cross are old-fashioned manufacturers. They are world-class at what they do, and they sell around the world. And they were here, as many people will know who've had relatives working for them, for 50, 70 years. But we have also new stuff, like rocket makers. And rocket makers allow you to create a virtual exhibition with moving parts like this. And this is 2023 vintage. So this is modern stuff happening in Bath, award-winning technology right on our doorstep.
Yeah, we've got to make it clear, haven't we? You associate engineering with oil, and that's fine, but there is also electronic engineering, and that's what this is all about.
Exactly. This is 21st century digital virtual reality stuff, and this is the future, isn't it? It's one of, and of course, Cross and Rotork that we're going to have a look at, they are our long existing manufacturers. We know what, hardware comes out of it. There is, for instance, a valve like this at Twerton Sluice, and one of our games is being able to release the water at Twerton Sluice so it floods the fields of Corston and Saltford and doesn't flood the fields of Bath. So you've got 30 seconds to see if you can save the future of Bath. You can either turn this wheel manually, as we would have had to do in the past, or use this Rotork invention.
Don't give too much away here, look.
Okay.
So the whole point of this, good old pump, very reliable, still going, the whole point of this exhibition perhaps is going to have people expressing surprise by the amount of engineering, manufacturing, creative engineering that's going on in the city.
That's right. There used to be the person who could wield a lathe properly and turn a screw, and there's still a place for them. But there's also there's room here in modern engineering in Bath for that person who looks out of the window and daydreams about, what if we did this? And what if we did that with my Xbox or with my laptop? And the software engineering that's happening in Bath is a sight to be seen. I mean, we look at BMT, who make ships, and of course they are being designed in Bath for our modern navy and other navies around the world, and merchant ships too.
Well, I heard they designed the Queen Elizabeth aircraft carrier.
Exactly, here in Bath.
Here in Bath.
So there's actually making things and designing things to be made.
Engineering that doesn't need a big factory.
That's right. Bureau Happold over here are people who are looking at the Bath Abbey and making sure that its footprint meets 22nd century technology. So underfloor heating, ground heating source, and they are engineers who are working to, I mean, they've also designed, for instance, the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and Olympic stadia around the world. And this is the conversion they've done for Battersea Power Station. So this is happening in Bath with creative people, very highly skilled, but creative people deciding what should be the future of our country.
I've got to ask you, and it's only going to be a personal opinion, but the one engineering firm that sadly isn't here is Stoddart and Pitt, which is a great shame. A lot of people in Bath with memories of that. I was disappointed. They just announced the name of the new pedestrian and cycle bridge down there across to the Quays site that they're developing. And apparently the people of Bath have gone for the Quays Bridge. I was hoping it was going to be the Newark Bridge. Do you feel that it's a missed opportunity to at least recognise Stoddart and Pitt?
Well, being a Yorkshireman now living in Salford, I couldn't possibly say that the people of Bath have chosen wrongly, could I? But I think the more that Stoddart and Pitt is celebrated for what it has done, and I know they've got a fine rugby club too, on the way to Salford where I live. So I'm all in favour of preserving the memory of Stoddart and Pitt, and I leave it to the people of Bath to decide what they should call a bridge.
Dick, the exhibition opens today. We're chatting early on Saturday morning. It's free to come in and look around, open to everybody. And how long is it on for?
We've opened at just now at 10 o'clock on Saturday morning the 11th, and it's on every weekday. It's not open on Sundays, but it's open every weekday till 4 o'clock on Saturday, next Saturday, the 18th of February, over half term. So if people, youngsters fancy doing something in their half term and they're not going to Ibiza, then let them come here and have a look around and play. There's lots to play.
Whatever the weather, but if it is going to be very rainy, this is a great place to come to.
Or a nice sunny day. You can see the sun out in Queen Square from here. And should we just see if we can have a test launch of this fine cross-balsa plane?
Well, I was going to say, the kids have an opportunity to acquire one of these.
And make them up, yes.
So they can go out into Queen Square and fly them.
Well, we can try it in here. Are you ready?
I'll try and follow you.
Okay, we'll head for Rotork. Look at that plane. What a landing too.
That wasn't half bad. Dick, thank you.
Thank you, Richard. Much appreciated.